Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. How are you? Hope things are good where you are. I live in Guangdong province, South China. I've been here for many years and sitting on a little side street today, and I thought I would just give you a more different, relaxed view of the scene. Well, have a look. It doesn't look like much, but we call it home. This is just a little side street near to my daughter's kindergarten. So I already dropped her off, and today they're gonna have like some sort of like an open house, open school day kind of thing, where the parents can come and watch the teachers do the lessons. But we had to drop off our kids first, and then we have to wait like a half hour for them to get ready. So a lot of parents are outside in little restaurants and places like me. We're just kind of waiting to be able to go in. The school's down there on the corner. So I just came down on this little side road. There's a little convenience shop here that I know, and I knew they had tables, umbrellas. It's supposed to thunderstorm later today. It's been drizzling a little bit this morning. But I'm just gonna chill here for a while, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys just a little slice of real China. There's a lot of little farms and villages around here. A lot of grandmas sitting out in the morning. Yeah, it doesn't really look like much, but I'll tell you, this town, it's the people are pretty relaxed and down to earth, hardworking, warm. So I like it. And one thing I was reflecting on just now that I wanted to tell you guys is, it's pretty cool to have the ability to just walk into a convenience shop and ask the boss if he has something, and have a quick little chat and then pay for the stuff and leave. It doesn't sound like it's so exciting, but I kind of like that. You know, I just walked in and just said, could I get a pack of tissues, pack of gum, or whatever. I was looking for the stuff, and you know, I got a soda water, grabbed the bowl, you know, the packet of tissues. And when that stuff happens in China, people get pretty shocked. They're shocked, first of all, to see a foreigner living around here. Of course, you'd expect to see more foreigners in the big cities in China, but the moment you leave the big, like, tier 1 cities, people start to get pretty surprised when they see a foreigner. And then when they can actually speak the language, then it becomes doubly surprising. But I think when you look and when you speak like me, it's a whole nother level, because I think they can tell by my behavior that I've been here for a while. So maybe they're, in a way, a little bit less, you know, they take it more naturally when I come around and speak, because just the nature of my speaking tells them that I've been around here for years. They can tell. But sometimes people are curious. Sometimes they're surprised, and they try to strike up some conversation, you know, and they want to ask, what country do I come from, and what do I do around here? But anyway, I've been in China since 2017. I've been living near this particular town. Did I say 2017? I've been in China since 2011. I've been in this particular town since 2017. So a lot of my Chinese I learned from living in the country, and from really paying attention to people, listening to people, and trying to soak it up. Did you hear some of that? So the local people here actually speak, well, a lot of people speak Cantonese. So let me back up a sec. The sort of national language of China, the official language of China, is Mandarin. But there are many more active languages in China. China is brimming with different local languages and dialects. Another major language in China is Cantonese. So I live in Guangdong. A lot of people from here speak that language. This is sort of the home world of Cantonese language and culture. But beyond that, there's even more local languages, like, for example, Hakka language, which is different, or Chaoshanhua, Usually they name the languages after the places. So it would just be like name of the city, and then they add language or speech or dialect after the city name. So a lot of places have their own dialects. So I hear Cantonese a lot. I can speak a little bit of it. I think it's a very interesting language. A lot of fun to try to use. But sometimes I think it's better for me to just focus on Mandarin. With Mandarin, I can communicate with more people from more different places, because it's kind of like, it's the uniting, joining official language of the nation, which most people have learned in school, unless they're, really, really old and they didn't learn it in school and they only know their local language. But yeah, so there's a lot of Cantonese around here, and my daughter in school, she has been taught Cantonese folk songs, Hakka folk songs, some poetry. They try to give the students exposure to those local languages from the region, which I think is pretty cool. So she's come home singing songs in different languages and stuff. It's pretty neat. So I'm about to go in there and watch how the lessons go, and I'm really excited because I never get to see how my daughter acts and behaves in school. I only get to hear from her when she comes home what she did. But today I actually get to watch. This will be the second time I did it. I did it once last term, and this is the second time that I've ever done it. And she's in a new school with new teachers and classmates this term, so I'm excited to go in there and see how it goes down. I would love to show you more about the school and stuff like that, but I think it's something that needs to be kept more private, obviously, because there's young students and families and stuff, and I want to respect their privacy and not draw too much attention to the school. But maybe I can tell you guys a little bit later about what I experienced. I'm planning to actually go and teach a lesson there next week. I also did that once last term, and it was in the prior school. But I told the teacher I'd be happy to do it again, so I'm thinking to come do a basic English lesson, and I will be teaching it using Mandarin language, because most of the students have zero English knowledge. They might just know a few words like hello or goodbye, something like that. So I will use Mandarin Chinese to teach the lesson. So that's coming up too. I'll be excited to share with you guys some updates. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next time.
Thank you.